Hi Virgo and welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia and today I'm pulling energies and messages for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So if this reading isn't resonating with you Virgo, then don't worry about it. Just pop over to one of my other videos, check one of your other placements. I'm sure you'll find yourselves in there somewhere. So today I'm pulling energies for the sign of Virgo in a no contact situation with their person. We're going to start on this side of the board with you, Virgo, pulling your energies, and then in the middle we'll go into the shared connection, and then on this side of the table we'll look at your person's energies. But before we take the deep dive, I'm just going to pull a couple of cards, just one for each, just get an overall vibe of the situation, and then we'll clarify as we go along as usual, and then we will finish off with some advice from the universe. So if you're all gravy, baby Virgo, let's all go. Can we please see Virgo in their connection in a no contact situation, please? Virgo and their connection in a no contact situation. Could be someone you're in no contact with from a day ago, a week ago, 5 years ago. We don't know until the cards on the table there, Virgo. So take it as it resonates. Okay, can you please show me Virgo, please? Can you show me Virgo? Can you show me Virgo, please? Okay, right. Oh, we've got two already. We've got the Hierophant and we've got the Ace of Cups. Something new appearing in your day-to-day structures and routines. Okay. All right, for the shared connection, we've got temperance, time passing. And then we've got, could also be distance. And then you've got justice in your person's energy as well. They're balancing something out. So it may be that they've imposed this kind of no contact. I don't know that for sure, though. I don't have enough information on the table yet. But you're showing me that there's something new that you were at least on the verge of or just about to invite into your world. They felt good, they felt like a fit, they felt nice and familiar and grounding, and then poof, temperance. Also, this is Sagittarius season, so it might be that they reappear around this time, which is coming up in, what day are we on? In the next 4 days. So we'll see. Okay, right, I'm going to go into your energies there, Virgo, and see what's going on with that Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. Oh my goodness, the King of Pentacles, all right. The Page of Pentacles and Judgment. Well, that's your king, it's your page. So you're showing me a little bit of mastery of your own domain there, Virgo. Nice, I like it. However, you are making some big decision. So they came across your pathway. You were like, yes, you're open to it. Let's make it permanent. So still something new though. It was still in page energy. It was almost like you were setting the foundation stones for someone to be permanent. Very permanent King of Pentacles. Trustworthy, reliable, familiar to you, grounded, maybe a little bit slow on the approach, but you don't mind that because you're a Virgo. You actually quite like that pace. And it was feeling really good and very promising. Okay, right, so what happened then? Can we go into justice, please? Justice in Virgo's, let's get the right way around first. Justice in Virgo's person's energy, 3 of Cups, the Page of Swords and, the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Oh, that was a mouthful, Virgo. I couldn't get that out. Were you making these decisions without them, Virgo? Were they on board with these decisions you were making, or did you just have this in your head? Now, I don't mean to be accusing you of that. It's just your person seems quite unaware of your bigger plan. So I'm just wondering whether or not I'm picking up on a little bit of projecting. Your person's kind of not aware of this at all. I think it may be something that you hadn't spoken about. They weren't keen though. Their energy was pointing directly towards you and they're just showing me you were fun. You were fun and you felt like a breath of fresh air. That sort of thing. 3 of Cups, justice. This person might have had a very serious, maybe boring or monotonous past or something like that. And you came in, whoop, great, I like this. And they were super focused on you. Still super focused on you in their current energy, almost like not letting anything else in. But at the same time, you seem far more grounded than they do. They're showing me swords and cups. So that's theory and emotion. You're showing me pentacles, which is reality. So at least on your end, you've met this person. Sorry, I'm not implying you're a stalker there, Virgo. But this is a real person to you, right? This isn't an idea, a dream, or a wish. Something they did, or at least implied to you, put you in the belief that this was a real deal. And they're not saying that. What they're saying is, yeah, everything's good in theory. Right, can I get temperance, please? Let's have a look at the shared connection. And we will clarify, Virgos, don't worry. We'll go into the details. Can I get temperance, please? Can I get temperance? Can I get temperance, please? The Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's been some kind of disconnection. You were both... I can't say you were thinking negatively towards each other. No one here is thinking negatively about the other person. Let's just make that the bottom line. Lots of love, very clear. I just don't think you were both on the same page. Same book, different pages. That sort of thing. So yeah, Eight of Cups is the distance there. Somebody's cutting off their emotions to this though. So someone's clearly hurt by it or been blindsided about it and doesn't even know there's an issue. And then there's the Two of Wands is looking at each other from a distance and also kind of looking out over the world and how things are and how things should be or how things could be. You there, Virgo, looking for something very serious. The other energy attached to you, looking for you still, but in a much lighter capacity. Okay, I'm going to jump in and clarify though. I want to know what that King of Pentacles is. Let me show you the King of Pentacles, please, in Virgo's energy there. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, the Six of Swords. The 9, 10. If I could only count, Virgo, it would be good, wouldn't it? And Justice. Did this person put onto you more than you were expecting to hold? Or something like that. I'm getting a vibe of expectations here. It's almost like you're like, oh yeah, this fits, but it's hard. Which is a very unusual way to feel. And then you started to drift, actually, at that point. Became difficult for somebody. And then the energy started drifting out. Right, can I get the Page of Pentacles, please? That might be able to explain some of this. Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Oh, you don't want to... Okay, I'm getting emotional insecurity here a little bit on your end there, Virgo. Four of Pentacles. The Three of Wands and the Moon. You don't know what they're doing. You're hanging on to something. I'm not sure if it's something they did or something from the past. That's why I'm getting this emotional insecurity here. There's almost a worry. And you're a worrier, Virgo, I know you are here. Or something drifting apart. You're trying not to worry about it. That's where the difficulties come in. That's the 10 of Wands. You can sense the space. And the Moon, Three of Wands, kind of confirms that. But you're hanging on in there. I think you're trying not to panic. Right, for Judgment, yeah, we've got the Four of Swords reversed. These are all going to... Oh, no, Nine of Swords. And the Devil. Oh, yeah. Okay. You attached to whoever this is, and now you're questioning whether or not you should have done that. So Nine of Swords, Four of Swords reversed is your alignment or questioning of an alignment with another energy. And I think you're wondering whether or not you should have attached this person quite in the way or maybe as fast as you did, because something is kind of unexpected and they're at a distance from you and you don't know what's going on. You're showing me some confusion here. Okay, I'm going to go over to your person's energy there. The Three of Cups. What's this Three of Cups, please? The Three of Cups in Virgo's person's energy. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, please. The Queen of Cups. The Ace of Swords. And the Star. Well, this person's very sure about you, though, Virgo. I don't think I've ever seen such certainty over one's emotions before in my life. No wonder you associate them with the King of Pentacles, whoever this is. They've been very grounded and reliable, at least thus far. Something though has come up and just kind of rocked your shit a little bit here, Virgo. As far as your person's concerned, when they think about you, they're thinking you're fun, your wish fulfillment. They're very clear-minded in their intent towards you, and their heart is full for themselves and for you as well. So that's really lovely. I don't know why you're not picking up on that though. Can I get the Knight of Swords, please? Can I get the Knight of Swords? What's this? The Knight of Swords with the Knight of Swords. Oh, the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This person came on very strong. I think that's what's wobbled you. Double Knight of Swords, both rushing towards you, literally on the table. Eight of Cups, which is here, is this emotional distance. And then the Nine of... But then we've got the Nine of Cups. Can I just get another one on the Eight of Cups, please? In fact, I'm going to get a different deck. Can I get the Eight of Cups, please? What do you mean? That's like I'm rushing towards it, but then also keeping my distance. Okay, I don't think I need another one. I think the person is intent... Yeah. This person's intentionally slowing down the connection. Two of Cups. Well, that actually teetered across the floor. It started upright, then went upside down, then upright, then upside down, then upright, then landed on upside down. That Two of Cups there. Oh, okay. It's literally putting on the energetic break. I don't know why. Can I get the Eight of Swords there, please? That's why you don't know where they are. They've vanished. Can I get the Eight of Swords, please? The Eight of Swords. Oh, Nine of Pentacles on the upright. Death in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. This person's terrified. They're frightened. Death in reverse. For some reason, they're catastrophizing an ending that has not occurred. There's been no ending. They're in danger of creating one, though. Three of Wands reversed again. A very narrow view of what's going on. No big picture thinking here at all. That usually happens when fear is involved. They have isolated themselves due to being afraid of you. Big scary Virgo. Okay, can I get... I know you're not scary, Virgo. I know. I'm kind of taking it. Just kind of messing with your person a little bit. Sorry. Right, can I get the Two of Wands there, please? Can I get the Two of Wands? Can I get the Two of Wands? Can I get the Two of Wands? The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, please. The Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords. There's that Ace again. That's your person's ace. They are going to come and try and say something to you, though. We've got the King of Swords. So they're coming from a distance to tell you something. And then it will make sense. There you are, Queen of Pentacles. That's you, Virgo. That's your power card. This person wants to have a very sharp conversation with you about something. It's coming across not... I don't think it's meaning to come across harsh. I think it's just very important to this person. Whatever it is that they say. Whatever comes next. Part of them might be expecting you to come forward with something. I don't know. But either way, there's some truths being spoken here. Can I get the Two of Swords, please? Can I get the Two of Swords? The Seven of Swords. The Two of Cups and the Creator. Yeah, the conversation is, what's the plan here? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's the plan? Where are we going? This person basically wants some verbal reassurance from you over something. They're a little bit insecure. I'm not going to lie. Can I get the Eight of Cups, please? The Eight of Cups. Oh, yeah, Knight of Cups. Oh, Judgment. This is not the way to go about it, Virgo's person. Page of Swords. Yeah. I don't like this, but I don't know your person's history. So what I'm getting from this, Virgo, is your person wants to... they kind of want you to chase them in a weird way. So they've created this distance, but they did so as part of, like... See if it's real, like if you feel the same way about them. The Page of Swords, they're like waiting on some kind of communication. It's not the way to go about it, though. Don't do that. I feel like that's like a test leaving. I see it so often in tarot. But if I'm honest with you, it's usually the person I'm reading for is doing it, not usually the energy attached to the other person. Very rarely it comes out that way, but that's kind of what's coming across here with your person's energy. There is a potential for this to come back around. Of course there is. This person, I don't think, really wanted to distance themselves from you, but there's fear, there's insecurity. So I think it's like half that and half that they're genuinely retreating just to get some space. Okay, can I please get some universal advice for Virgo, please? Some universal advice for Virgo. So they want to see what you will do. And I don't like that. I don't like people testing other people like that. All right, can I get some universal advice? Yeah, the Knight of Vessels. The Hooded Man, that's you, Virgo, your power card. And the Ace of Stones. Yeah. This is a very real connection. As you first sensed, we just go through a little bit of wobble now, because I think your person's going through a bit of a wobble. Knight of Cups moving towards the Hermit, so I think that you're going to get something from this person, something's going to be made sense of. We've got the Knight of Cups down here as well, over this Judgment and Page of Swords, which is watching to see what you're going to do. You'll either do something, or they'll give up waiting and take matters into their own hands, and then things can actually start getting real. I think after you have this conversation down here that's quite serious, please tell them not to treat people like this, Virgo. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a real opportunity coming out of this for something to actually grow from it. But I think, yeah, your person's just had a bit of a wobble, because when you actually ask them about how they feel about you, it's all singing your praises. Okay then, Virgo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy here with me in the room, Virgo. I very much appreciate your love and support for the channel, and until next time, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care.